Today we're looking at all the good things and the bad things about living in the state of Michigan. And if you think that Michigan is all cheap houses, lakes, and Midwest nice, wait until you see what it actually costs to live here. Because one of my cars costs $800 a month to insure. I've got a perfect record, mid-40s, I live in a safe suburb, but yeah, welcome to Michigan. So over the next few minutes, I'm breaking down the biggest Michigan surprises that no one warns you about. The stuff that hits your wallet, the stuff that messes with your daily life, and the stuff that makes people move here anyway and never leave. And if you wanna make a move here in the next 3 days or 3 years, I can absolutely help. I've helped over 500 people buy and sell homes here in Michigan. So there's a pretty good chance I can help you too. There's gonna be a link in the description. Click it, fill out the form, and I will get back to you. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start out with the stuff that hits your wallet first, because Michigan can feel affordable until it isn't. And this first one catches almost everyone off guard. I call it the property tax time bomb, also known as Proposal A. Here's what it means. In Michigan, when an owner buys a home, the taxable value uncaps. Translation of that is the previous owner's low tax base resets to the market reality that you chose. The translation of that is the property owner's tax resets to the moment that you purchased the home. So if you're running your numbers based off the seller's old tax bill, you're probably short, really short, way short, like Danny DeVito short. Basically, Michigan saying, congrats on buying a house. Now we're gonna reset your tax bill. On a purchase in an area like Birmingham or Northville, your monthly payment can go up hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just based on this. I've said for years that I feel like it's false advertising because we have to post how much the taxes are for the current owner, but it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't matter for the new owner because it's going to change. And the homestead on the taxes matters too. So if it's a non-homestead, you'll pay more. That's like a second home or a rental or something. So if you're buying a rental, taxes are different. Before you fall in love with a house, get the true tax estimate. You can ask an agent like me, or you can just look it up for yourself because that surprise comes later and it comes monthly. And just when you recover from that little tax math, Michigan has another gift for you. Car insurance. Like I said in the beginning, one of my cars is $800 a month to insure. That was the best rate that I could find. I am a grown man. I've got a perfectly good driving record. Car sits in a garage in a safe neighborhood, and I still pay that. Michigan's no-fault system matters. Your personal injury protection choices matter. Your zip code matters. Even your garage address matters. People move here all the time from other states paying like $150 a month, and then they think that the quote is a typo when they get it. It isn't. Realistic ranges for you, a single commuter with a clean record might get a $300 to $500 a month bill. Families with multiple newer cars can push into the 4 figures. You can shop coverage levels and everything, but mentally prepare yourself for a pretty high car insurance bill. Seriously, Michigan automotive insurance can feel like a subscription that you forgot you signed up for. Like, what is this crazy bill? And since we're already talking about cars, let's talk about the thing that absolutely destroys them here in Michigan. Potholes and the pothole tax. We joke about it here in Michigan, but it's a real thing. The alignments, the tires, the suspension work, everything becomes a budget line item. The freeze-thaw cycle here is relentless. So every time it freezes and then it thaws, you get a bunch of broken concrete, a lot of potholes bouncing all around like you've got hydraulics. And it's not just on some of the roads, it's on all of the roads. You're gonna feel it on the mile roads, you're gonna feel it on the normal roads, you'll even feel it in the different subdivisions. Winter and spring are the absolute worst. That's when all of the giant chunks of concrete come out and the snow hides all the craters. So it fills in, you don't even know they're there, and then it melts and what the heck just happened? Get road hazard coverage if you can. Keep a portable air compressor in your trunk and schedule an alignment as soon as it's done thawing out here in Michigan. Your steering wheel will thank you. Your bank account probably will not. Now here's the funny part. This next one doesn't sound like a cost, but it changes your daily life so much, it might as well be. This is a suburban surprise that sounds small until you have a child or a dog. Fences and sidewalks. Fences and sidewalks have to be the #1 thing that I talk to new residents moving here from other states more than anything else. There's just not a lot of them. A lot of older areas like Birmingham and Royal Oak, Livonia, they actually have fenced yards and they feel more like a classic neighborhood. But the shock comes with the newer builds. Even the builds that are built in like the 70s, places like Novi, Northville, and parts of the Bloomfields, you'll see big subdivisions and no fences. A lot of times there's not even any sidewalks. So if you move in with your golden retriever and 2 dogs and suddenly you're like, cool, where do I put everyone? Figure it out. It's like the whole subdivision was designed by somebody who hates dogs and doesn't have any kids. People freak out at first. They're like, what do I do with my dogs and my kids and my bikes and the scooters? It's just like a whole bunch of lawns connected to other lawns, like a big shared background experiment with a bunch of play structures all lined up. Nobody shares those, ever. But everyone figures it out. Everyone figures it out. You got a lot of electric fences everywhere. Leashes become a lifestyle choice, and the kids learn the safety loop pretty quickly. This is where you can ride your bike. Don't go down that street. So before you write an offer on a house, find out about the fence rules, the sidewalks, and the overall vibe of the neighborhood. Because seriously, that one detail will change your daily life more than you probably would expect. And if you're thinking, all right, Paul, well, at least the homes are cheap there in Michigan, right? This is where that Michigan myth officially dies. Now for the sticker shock in the good schools belt. Good school belt? Good schools belt? I don't know. It's the area in Michigan with all the good schools. Pretty much everyone in the world has heard the myth that Detroit equals cheap mansions. A lot of people call me and they're like, well, you know, you have a couple $1,000s to spend, what can I buy? Not much at all. Yes, you can get a big house for cheap in a neighborhood that you probably will not want to live in. If you want to move to somewhere like Birmingham, Bloomfield, Northville, the Grosse Pointes, or anywhere with top ratings and strong amenities, you're going to pay California money for the quality. I actually did a full tour of Birmingham, Michigan. I did a walking tour, a driving tour of all the different neighborhoods. And in that neighborhood, it's as much or more in some parts than San Diego, California, the most expensive real estate in the country. Funny how many people have, like, what? It's this much delivery? Yeah. If you want anywhere nice, it's going to be expensive. You build on a walkable lot, pay a premium. You want a renovated historic home near Coffee, you're gonna pay a premium. Even dated old houses on good streets, you pay a premium because the land and the schools do all the heavy lifting. People want to move there because of those things. That's how Michigan rolls. The whole cheap thing is basically a myth. Again, yes, you can buy a dirt cheap house somewhere, but you probably won't want to live in it. While we're killing myths, we have to address Detroit. Are there mansions for pennies? On paper, yeah, probably, but in real life, you're starting at rehab. You've got a bunch of insurance hurdles. You've got holding costs and the appraisal gaps. Detroit does have some really beautiful neighborhoods. You've got Indian Village, Boston Edison, West Village, Palmer Woods, and those are not cheap. Those are really expensive places to live. You've got high cost of home ownership and the taxes are wild. It's not going to be the few $100 mansion that you saw online that needs new everything. The number of times I've had people contact me from this channel thinking that they are going to invest in Detroit, buy homes and rent them out, and then they discover how much it'll be to actually renovate the house and how much it will be for the insurance costs is overwhelming. If you have questions about them, absolutely reach out, but just know that it's going to be pricey. Now, after all that, you might be thinking that Michigan sounds like a trap, but here's the thing. If you know what you're walking into, Michigan is actually pretty incredible. But first, we have to talk about one thing you cannot escape. Yes, we get all 4 seasons. Sometimes in the same week. Not kidding at all. Just this past month, there was an actual blizzard, like a blizzard. All my cars are all-wheel drive. I could not drive, like I was sliding everywhere, and then it was 50 degrees. You could be wearing snow boots on one day and then flip-flops a few days later. I was not wearing flip-flops because it was just all melted snow. It was disgusting, but you could have. I could have. Salt, jeez. That stuff, it gets on everything. You will have salt all over your car, inside your car, in your house. It gets everywhere no matter what you do. It's on your clothes, and wardrobe rotation becomes a whole system. You've got snow gear from November to April, rain gear on standby, sunscreen in May, and somehow you just keep a hoodie in the trunk in July. I wear a hoodie all the time, even in the summer. Just little quick tips: seal your driveway, wash the undercarriage of your car, pay a little extra when you go through the car wash because that salt will absolutely destroy the undercarriage of your car. Keep some de-icer by the door and budget some time for scraping your windshield. You have to do that. You look outside and your car's all gunked up with ice and snow, you're gonna need a little time. The remote start is not gonna help with that. My cars don't even have a remote start. It drives me crazy. I'm not being dramatic. It's just a consistent thing. You just have to know about it. All right, so the big takeaway from that whole con section is that Michigan isn't hard, it's just expensive when you guess or don't plan ahead. So do this. If you're buying a house for $500,000 in a desirable suburb, model the taxes on an uncapped rate. Again, you can reach out to me and I will help you out with that, or talk to your real estate. Then add a realistic insurance based on your profile. Keep a little extra money for potholes and things. And if you have pets and you're moving to a no fence or a no sidewalk neighborhood, assume you're gonna need an invisible fence system, $1,000, a couple $1,000, and a good leash routine. Train your dog. Send them to dog training. But my dog's untrainable. Figure it out. Before we get into the good stuff, one more time, I'm going to remind you, I've helped a lot of people buy and sell real estate in the area. So if you need any help with any of this, link in the description, reach out. And I've also shot a ton of videos about a lot of this stuff and a lot about the other areas around Metro Detroit. So subscribe to the channel and take a look at some of those. All right, so now let's talk about the upside to Michigan. Now, this is the part that nobody believes until they actually live here, because living in Michigan can be annoying, but it's also amazing. And the first thing that hooks so many people is simple: the lakes. The lake life sneaks up on you, and you don't need one of the Great Lakes to feel like you're on vacation. There's legit inland lakes 30 to 60 minutes from most of the suburbs, and you can, on a random Tuesday in July, you can be on a dock by 5 o'clock, fishing by 6, and sunset by 9:30. And what a lot of people don't realize is lake houses on a lot of those lakes are $350,000 to $500,000, and they exist within an hour of Metro Detroit. You get an older cottage with newer mechanicals, ranches with walkout basements, mid-century spots on all sports lakes. But you have to be quick. As soon as those places pop up for sale, you gotta snatch them. That's exactly what we did. We've got a place that's about an hour away on a lake, and it's beautiful. And once you get a taste of that, you'll start living differently. You'll learn the rhythm. Docks go in around May, they come out around October. Someone starts a pontoon at their buddy's house. You go to the marina at the lake. The weekends always fill up fast, but midweek is gold. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. Middle of the week is awesome. Like, again, if you can go, after work, go to the lake, hang out, come home, golden. So you can actually afford lake life without moving your whole life. And then you realize that Michigan isn't just all about the lakes, it's about the seasons. When they're good, they're really good. Summertime is warm, ridiculously warm. We have days here where it's well over 100. And then the evenings cool you off. So you've got bonfires are fine in July, and you can actually sleep with the windows cracked open. Went to Arizona this past year. That was ridiculous. Walk outside and it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night and it's still 100 degrees. That's insanity. It's not like that here, not at all. Fall here is the real flex. Trees go neon, like it's insane. Cider mills end up taking all your money, and you just take a 3-hour trip north and everything feels different. It's like you're in like a different country. You have to remember that Michigan is split up into 2 parts. We basically have 2 states. Spring, absolutely beautiful. Trees pop, the lilacs hit, and the whole place smells like a fresh start. Yeah, let's get it. Spring in Michigan. In the winter, well, it's winter. You just sort of have to lean in. Skiing, sledding, snowmobiling. Man, snowmobiling is wicked. Like, I remember being 12 years old. They strapped me to like a snowmobile that was way too fast for me. I was doing over 100 miles an hour. No one could keep up with me. That was fun. But it gives you a whole lot of things to do that are not a mall. Who goes to the mall anymore? Another great thing about Michigan, Detroit. Because the biggest surprise for a lot of people is how much they actually like the city of Detroit. It surprises a lot of people. You've got clean blocks, new streetlights, bike lanes, pockets where you actually feel totally fine walking around at night. You walk around downtown Detroit, it's amazing. I remember walking around downtown Detroit when I was in my 20s. It was a totally different place. Totally different place. It was sketchy. Midtown has students everywhere and museums in the same frame. And downtown Detroit has seriously some of the best restaurants anywhere, ever. And you can walk to 3 different stadiums in like 10 minutes. We've got 3 mega stadiums right in downtown Detroit, the way that it should be. Corktown Detroit is like the cooler, older cousin with better taste. West Village just shows off with mature trees, brick roads, row houses with actual character. And once you start exploring, you'll realize that Michigan has culture everywhere. Culture density is no joke. You can hit the DIA and see Riviera Court, and then be at a tiny venue for a local band 2 hours later. You've got the Motown Museum, and it's gonna be smaller than you'd think. Like, it's a house. It's an old house in Detroit, but it hits harder. Like, you go there and you're like, wow, did all this in this little spot? Henry Ford and Greenfield Village for a whole day adventure. You go there for a bunch of theme nights. They've got like Halloween nights, they've got Christmas nights, and your kids will actually learn things. And then we've got the sports here in Michigan. There's something to watch here at every season. And we're pretty good. We've got the Lions, we've got the Tigers, we've got the Red Wings, we've got the Pistons. We're pretty good. For a long time, they were not. And then we've got to talk about the food. The food identity is in its own lane. The Coney dogs are sort of a rite of passage here. And yes, you will have to pick a side for pretty much everything. You've got Detroit style pizza. Either you love it or you absolutely hate it. Like, I love pizza, but I'm not a big Detroit style pizza fan. They put the sauce on top of the thick pizza. I kind of like a thin pizza. And the Lebanese food here will absolutely ruin you. You're gonna be spoiled for life. Polish bakeries that still crank out punchkis. Wednesday is very dangerous. I remember I worked in a grocery store years ago and I would buy a whole box of them and I'd eat the whole thing. And I thought I would live forever. We have better made potato chips and Verner's. If you're not from here, you might not know what Verner's is, but it's delicious. If you can think of anything I missed in that, let me know in the comments. Let me know your favorite Coney place and your favorite pizza place. I would like to know. And the final reason people love Michigan, the people. Neighbors lend snowblowers, they'll carry your couch, and then they're gonna leave you alone. You wanna be social, there's gonna be clubs and rec leagues everywhere, but if you wanna lay low, nobody's gonna be mad at you about it. It's fine. And that just makes your daily life a whole lot easier. So that's the pattern. Michigan rewards planning and punishes guessing. So if you're moving here and you wanna do it the smart way, hit that link in the description and I'll help you out. And if you're still looking for cities or places to live, check out some of the other videos and playlists on my channel, and I'll see you there.